Uh, Good morning, friends. In some ways, you might be able to perceive that my level of appearance, in some ways, has been relaxed. And in some ways, in some ways, my level of function has increased. But the place in which I function has relaxed, and in that spaciousness, much more is happening now, which leads me to have to integrate this expanded experience fairly continuously. And to, today I had plans to get ready, get the house ready, and myself ready, and everyone ready for the return of the women who live with me, and they've been gone for months, 2 months, and in that 2 months I've been very busy, and my wife oftentimes asks, "What have you been doing?" And it's difficult for a wizardy kind of person to say what they've been doing because it makes no sense to most anyone else, um, except maybe another wizard, which I feel like you're watching this, you're another wizard, so you'll go, "Oh, yeah, well, of course, that's what we're all doing. We're all just changing." So I wrote a post this morning and I decided that it would get to a lot more people if I were to just read it. Because, I see, I write a post and it's really kind of like life-changing information for some. And I get like 3 people like it. And I don't know if anybody even reads it besides those 3, or if they just feel like they want to support me and they click the like button. But here's what I wrote this morning, and it's about the Mayan calendar. So here are the words. Hello, intrepid travelers. Here we are in the waning, completing days of the last 2 months of this yellow seed year. The Mayan calendar is based on naturally occurring cycles of the sun and the moon. And there are 13 28-day months. And we are on day 3 of month 12. The previous month, 11, was about dissolving, releasing, and liberating. You might ask, well, what was being liberated? And what was being liberated was our ability to self-regulate. Then, what does that even mean? Well, it may mean that we are learning to come out of the trauma-based fear response that has occurred, possibly as a plan by some, to keep the Winklil, a Mayan word for human being, to keep the Winklil, the divine humans, the cosmic vibratory roots, enslaved to a lower vibration. Who does this lower vibration benefit? The lower vibration benefits no one, but the ones that feel like it benefits them are those that feel disconnected from their soul, their self, and need to fill themselves with those earthly pleasures that money can buy. So here comes the dream team. Those intrepid souls who are willing to allow change to take place in themselves to be a homeopathic remedy for the world that is changing. We have a new soul of the earth in Abrahamanad, who arrived March 23rd, 1997. And for over 28 years, we've been in a cleansing program to dissolve, release, and liberate ourselves, souls, from this continuously running program of dysfunctional living. Wars, colonization, disharmony, imbalance, tolerance, intolerance of difference, suffering, dehumanization, karma, unfinished overwhelming events, etc. As month 11 was a month of releasing the past, month 12 is a month of cooperation, where we dedicate, we universalize, we just open our consciousness up to something larger that's coming in, and we cooperate. Yesterday was both a full moon and a galactic activation portal, where the Mayan prophet Paco Votan said that 52 times every 260 days, there are portals open for change on a level of our DNA. Just go along with it. I mean, it may be true, may not be true, but if it's a good story, you're welcome to join in. So galactic activations are genetic level changes. Today is day 3, a white overtone wizard day. Now, the white wizard is the solar tone 14 of the 20 solar tones, and it's about the power of the shaman, the earth wizard. An earth wizard says, and I know this sounds a little silly, but just let yourself hear it on another level. Earth wizard says, the time is now. The present moment is your field of play. Feel this rather than try to understand it with your mind. Feel this. The present moment is your field of play. We are the canvas of nature's cycles. So be on time with yourself. And let that just go in. Let yourself just resonate with that. To be on time with yourself. Just feel that, see how you like it. Spells are but personal myths that craft and define our lives. I'm going to repeat it. Spells are but personal myths. They're stories. But they're stories that craft and define our lives. Spells remind us that words and beliefs have magical powers that generate states of fascination and entrancement. Safe and effective, safe and effective, safe and effective. So by becoming conscious of the spells we are casting through our words and beliefs, we can refine them and thereby magically shift our lives. Receptivity invites authenticity, transparency, and healing. When we are able to receive another, deep truths feel welcomed into expression. Connecting soul to soul, without guard, the collaborative forces of enchantment are unleashed. Let us be receptive to the omnipresent sacredness of existence with its blessings and its challenges. Timelessness is an energetic dimension which has been masked by a linear notion of time. Together, we are remembering that time is a universal factor of synchronization. The present moment is always a living oracle. May the wizards arise and break the spell of artificial time. It is time for the team to awaken. Feel that one. It is time for the team to awaken. We are here. We belong. We become. I'm all in. If you've made it this far, so are you. Be well. It's a joy to know you.